Yeah, are
The
we not ready?
microphone's down here.
Hello. Hi, everyone. You know where we are? We're in Oxford Tower in London. And it's a London show.
That's
and
right.
Nikon Owner London Group is presenting their own wall here. So we're going to have a look at those images. And maybe you have enough time and it's not raining outside. We're going to go outside. Maybe we'll take some pictures, but in the meantime, do ask questions, keep the live chat lively.
Keep the live chat lively.
Yeah. And it's going back right there.
Exception.
Okay, we'll try to get out then.
We will go outside and hopefully you can hear us.
Okay. Well, since I'm going to carry the phone, if you're going to monitor the comments.
I can monitor the comments. Although the comments are here, lost the feed.
Well,
we might have to start all over again.
That may happen, but we will try. We will try to keep it steady. It's an old building, so the walls are really, really strong.
That's right.
But can you hear us okay? Are the mics working as designed?
Sorry.
Becky's playing Fortnite while we live stream.
I am. There we go. I just need to turn the sound
How
rate.
many V-Bucks have you got?
Thousands. You know, they did that update with the OG Fortnite.
So
Okay.
do we start over? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, it says it's not working properly.
It's not working properly. Okay.
Getting better slowly.
Yeah, okay. You see who we got there? Look at this guy over
This
there.
is what it looks like.
I got a street photographer, taking pictures of us. His name is Michael Leftriadis. He's the head of Nikon London Group.
That's right.
Yeah. So, tell us, Mike, what did you do to organize this
The
exhibition?
sound is very poor, so maybe in like 3 words.
Okay, well, first of all, I should say that I was not the official organizer of this. Credit must go to Andrew Waller and James Crease. They had the original idea and they decided to put this together.
Amazing.
What I did play a part in is in kind of speaking to the participants about photography and about their images and helping them to choose, because we had a sort of short list of 4 or 5 images to choose from. And I should also admit that I also tweaked the images a little bit before they were printed. So I just made sure that
They were
all
ready for print.
ready for print. They all had the right resolution, the right size.
The profile for the printer,
We have to
all
go
the good
outside.
stuff.
They
Yeah.
can't hear or
All
see
of that.
anything.
All
All
that
right.
has been done.
All right, we're going to go.
We're going to go outside to where there's signal.
Do you want me to come with you?
Oh,
No,
you're
that's
welcome.
it.
You're
We're
welcome.
gonna-
Up to you. We're going to do our own thing, but you're welcome, guys, to join us, or whichever you like.
We are going
Be
to
around.
see if we can get some signal.
Yes.
Okay, and then we'll come back.
All right.
So keep going. I'm going to watch it.
Okay.
Doesn't really have reliable mobile data network. Yeah, that's true.
All right.
It's not us, it's them. Move outside. We're getting emphatic. We're going to go down one more, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Okay, let's see.
Here we go. Okay, let's see. The strengths should be full on. The skies are open. The satellite is right above us. Can you hear us okay?
The sound is better now.
Okay. That's a good question, to be honest with you. Do we know if the sound comes from our mics or it comes from the microphone in camera?
It sounds like it's coming from our mics. Better sound. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, my mic is very quiet, but it is there.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us today. That was a great exhibition that we showed you, obviously.
We're so glad that we came all the way out here to show you that exhibit.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be a great live stream outdoors, on location, without a bunch of hiccups.
Yeah.
Because when you get a bunch of lemonades, what do? You sell them for profit.
That's right.
Yeah.
When you get a bunch of lemons, you make it lemonade and then sell it for profit. Okay. So, welcome to Friday's by the Oxo Tower You're not going to be able to see it from here, but that's where we are.
It's supposed to be right above us somewhere there.
Yeah, and yes, we will be blurry because we're on mobile data, and there's not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately. We're by the river. The sound is apparently cutting out, but I reckon that that's signal related.
Okay.
And we look like marshmallows.
Because we are. Let's be honest. That's how we look in close-up.
It's not on the ZF, it's on the iPhone 12.
Yeah.
So blame the phone.
That's right. I'm not upgrading every year. I'm waiting till it dies.
Whereas I've got a massive phone, but I would love to be able to. Okay, look, now we look clear.
Much better. Much better. Look at us. Look at us. In
Fully-
whatever standard definition.
Standard 144p.
And nice, yeah. Was it 640 by 480?
Whatever we do,
All right.
do not move.
Do not move. Okay, I just want to show you that building behind us. So that's where the exhibition is. And
So-
it's a nice looking building.
It is. So where we are right now is the location of the Photo London show, which is different to Photo London at Somerset House.
That's right.
And in this particular exhibit, we are fortunate enough to have Nikon Owners London group put on a display of the work from their members.
Yes.
And for those of you that couldn't see it, the very lovely Mike Eleftheriadis, who runs the Nikon Owner London group, was with us and explained how it came about. But because inside the building it just wasn't happening, we've come outside now.
That's right. So London Nikon Owner Group is quite active actually. So if you are in London and you're part of it, then you definitely should get out more, because they do all the walks, all the talks. They do like critiques and stuff. And then this show that they put together, what Mike basically told us that he helped organize it. He helped to organize the images to be
That's right.
printed, because when you're printing the photographs for exhibition, it's not just sending the file in. You want to maybe add a bit of sharpening, maybe edit a little bit, maybe profile it for particular paper
That's
you want
right.
to print on. So all sorts of things are involved that if you've never done it, it's quite an interesting process. Obviously, a lot of people, especially if you print a lot, it kind of becomes a second nature, but it's a part of a color management, but not for the screen, but actually for the print itself. So analog media.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And we can say that unfortunately, although you weren't able to see it, very fortunately, the pictures look great. So if you are in London, you can come. The exhibit is free. The Photo London show, London Photo Show.
London Photo, yeah.
Is free. Runs until tomorrow. Thank you very much to Randall.
Thank you,
for
Randall.
your contribution to the coffee fund. We
Keeping our connect.
So I guess wherever that spot was really good.
That was fun.
We moved.
We moved.
Yeah, we're buffering. Sorry, we have to be on the move. We can't stay in the same place for too long. We'll try and find a place where we can stop.
This bench.
There's a bench.
Shall we get to the bench?
Sam said, "Oh no, turn around and go back."
Well, we want to show you a little bit of it. We don't want to stand in the same spot, but, just show you concrete blocks and everything. So we're going to try to get you to a bench, maybe show you a bit of Thames, hopefully not to get dropped in between.
We're
So,
going through a.
Yeah.
We're going to go through a walkway.
Yeah, we're going to try to walk fast.
It is a bit nippy. Okay, go.
All
Go,
right.
go, go.
You ready?
Yeah. They're missing out on all the fun.
On all the fun.
Oh my gosh, it's
All
cold.
right, so we are out in about.
Oh, you got to see you. You guys might need to look into a Wi-Fi jump pack for these streams.
Comes as like a backpack that you have to carry with you.
Like a parachute.
All right, let's show some water.
Show some river.
Yeah. All right, just show you that we're actually in central London. So that's
Got a little glimpse of the Oxo Tower.
yeah, you got some things in there. That's an Oxford Tower right behind me, over there.
That was what was blocking the signal.
Exactly. Then you got St. Paul's over there. Then City and all that.
It is cold. Thank you to Jay Blue for your contribution to the coffee fund.
Thank you very much.
Said buy yourself something warm to drink. Thank you to Jean.
Thank
Looks
you,
like
Jean.
you could use a good cup of coffee this morning.
Definitely. I only had one today. I normally do two, kind of as a default setting.
Yes, I'm also a 2 coffees
Yeah.
default in the
And-
morning.
And then I can push 1 or 2 stops after that. So
Good. Excellent. So what we were saying before everyone told us that they couldn't see or hear us is that we're out and about shooting with the ZFs today. So As Len said, please like the stream. It's the least you could do. So here's our little twinsies. Now mine has the grip on it at the moment because I don't have the strap. It was just too much chaos this morning, basically, to remember to bring a strap. But that's what it looks like with the strap on. With the grip on, and then that's Kon's without the grip on it.
Mine without the strap on. Yeah.
So you can see it.
I use filters. Becky doesn't. You know, let's have conversation about this.
This one is the small rig. That's what it looks like. It's makes it quite chunky, but to be honest, when you're holding it, it's good. It gives you that extra little bit there to hold it.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm okay with it. I'm not like wowed by it, you know.
You haven't fallen in love with the grip?
No, but
with the strap, are you quite comfortable holding it like that?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's right. So I would prefer to have a wrist strap or something like that, but as I say, just wasn't organised enough to do it all.
But it wouldn't be Gray's live stream if it would be organised.
If we were organised, that would just make things way too easy.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to be doing a little bit of out and about photography. Maybe at some point before Christmas you might see a vlog from us. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Let's see how it goes.
Let's see how we do. But already the sun, it's only 2:30 and already the sun is starting to... Rob says lens hoods for that harsh sunshine. There is no sunshine.
I know.
Rob, none at all.
It was here about 10 minutes ago.
It was, and now it's given up.
Yeah.
I feel like for the rest of the day it's going to be pretty overcast, but it's quite good for black and white.
Exactly. That's the spoiler from the video. You know, that little switch is quite useful because in London, like now it's perfect for black and white. When it was sunny, it was perfect for color. You know, and vice versa if you want to have this really strong shadows and strong highlights, you know. So it is quite useful. It's not like other cameras don't have it. They do, but you have to go into the menus and it's kind of, you know, it takes time. Well, the switch is literally just one flick of a finger.
That's right. Thank you to Tortoro Porco for your contribution to the coffee fund. Very much appreciated. So thank you for braving the weather to bring us this live stream. Yeah, sorry we didn't bring it perfectly from the start.
Yeah, we should like sacrifice something to a god of 5G or something, you know. Because it doesn't work for us.
That's what we need. Matt said, sorry folks, Japan Nikon grips were not shipping yet. I tried 3 or 4 stores. Thank you for trying, Matt.
It's the thought that counts.
We do appreciate it. Yeah, maybe when someone else is doing a trip to Japan at some point.
Well, we have one viewer who said that if you want one, we can get you one.
Excellent.
So thank you, Israel.
Yeah, would really like
that.
that. Absolutely. Andy wants to know if we're going to have any discussion on the global shutter. I mean, we'll talk about it on Monday.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about this on Monday.
When we say Monday, that's the Nikon
that's the
report.
podcast, yeah. So that's Wednesday or Tuesday for you. So, I don't know. We talked about global shutter in our predictions for several years, you know, and it's finally here, you know.
But it is Gen 1 global shutter, so we don't really know what that's going to be like in...
Yeah. It's a cool idea. Is it a deal breaker for enthusiast photographer? Absolutely not.
No.
Even if you're a sport photographer and you're shooting with Z9, is it a deal breaker for you not having a global shutter on Z9? That's the question I'm kind of want to ask, but it's a cool feature to have.
Seth says we can talk about it when he comes over.
Exactly. Seth actually, you know, he has a video on it. So, you know, holding the camera in hand. So have a look at his video. Obviously, he has a lot more to say because he actually saw the camera in the flesh.
That's right. So we will talk about it for sure. Someone said we need Rishi and then we'd have the trifecta in our chat.
Yes, and we're going to call it what, Zelda?
Triforce.
Triforce.
I don't know.
What was the last Zelda? I haven't played the last Zelda.
It was the... Oh my God.
The one with the islands in the air.
Yeah, it's not the Breath of the Wild, it's the one after.
It's the one that after the Breath of the Wild. Yeah, thank you for joining our gaming live stream.
11-year-old is going to be so disappointed that I've forgotten the name of it.
Yeah.
Please, someone who plays Zelda, can you just tell me what the latest game's called? Because I failed. There you go. Matt said that he loved Japan.
Nice.
Because Jay said that he loved his video about Japan.
Oh,
yeah, please do check out all of Matt's videos also from his trip.
You know what? I can eat ramen every day. Like, I'm not joking. I can eat ramen every day.
Tears of the Kingdom, thanks.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, exactly.
Like, oh, it's
That's
bugging
what,
me so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Frank, thank you very much for your first super chat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We very much appreciate it. Sony YouTube says it's a game changer.
Well, of course they will, and I mean, Nikon will say a game changer for things they've announced. You know,
We're constantly changing the game.
I'm happy it's here. I'm happy it's here on a personal level. Sorry, I just put the camera on me.
It's all about you
yeah,
today.
it's all about me. We should call it the live show. I need to rename it right now. So I think it's a cool feature. Do you need to sell your Nikon cameras right now and buy a new Sony? Probably not. That's kind of, you know, my stance on it.
Yeah.
You know, a new 24 megapixel sensor, you know, nice as well. I guess 24 is the way to go.
24 seems that was actually what my takeaway from that was, they did a 24 megapixel sensor. So obviously that's still relevant to other brands as well, not just to Nikon.
Exactly.
Which is very interesting.
Exactly. But you know, guys, what kind of we obviously we have this news podcast, right? So where we talk about the latest and greatest. But realistically, in the real world, the part of the podcast, we don't sit on the internet and checking news every 5 seconds.
No.
So generally, we would prepare this conversation, and obviously, in preparation for the podcast, I read through reviews, articles, blogs, videos, you know, and kind of compile a report for you. You know, that's why it's called Nikon Report. So, and then we discuss those things. But like, I don't read news every 5 seconds. So, you know, I think it's a cool thing. Not particularly. It's not like, oh, I need to sell my Z8 now or something like this. You know. What do you think in the chat?
I'm too busy reading Champagne Sumo, who said that he did a super chat, but it didn't go through. Oh no, there it is. I found it.
Champagne Sumo, send us some cash.
It says, forget the coffee, let's get a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, I didn't see it.
Well, they also do coffee and cognac. What's Irish whiskey?
My fingers are so frozen.
What's Irish coffee?
It's usually whiskey or Baileys.
Whiskey, yeah, Baileys. Yeah, that's Baileys, true.
Yes, it did go through. Thank you very much, Champagne Sumo. So sorry you didn't get an acknowledgement there. I didn't see it.
Shall we start a Sony A93 fund?
No, that's not. I don't want it. Van Lee said, I hate hearing this word game changer.
It's a marketing 101.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, PR 101 and marketing 101. I hate them both. I don't like when genuinely things are so ingenuine nowadays. Everything feels fake. I hate this.
It's very difficult when it comes to marketing to know what's actually relevant and what isn't, and what's going to be useful to one person that's not necessarily going to be useful to another, etc.
So hopefully with our channel, you know, we cut the mustard straight.
Champagne Sumo will donate to the Sony fund. And a few people said go and get some beers because it's Friday. Well, let's talk about I
have a couple of good breweries around the corner. You know, Bremen Sea. Becky doesn't drink. So.
I don't, so it's just coffee and hot chocolate.
Come join me, guys. Drinking alone is, you know.
Seth is exhausted about talking about global shutter.
Well, that's the
fine.
thing.
We're going to talk about the ZF. So a few things that I've noticed in shooting with it today, which you'll probably see in a later video, is the fact that I'm not used to the button layout yet. Although I used the DF for a long time and I've used the ZFC, the place where my finger falls on the back here, I'm hitting the I button constantly while just holding the camera. So I need to change my hand. break my thumb and realign it. So
we have different hands, if you notice.
Yeah.
You know.
So what Kon finds a problem by accidentally pushing this function button.
That's right.
I don't do that. But what I do find is that my thumb splays out across the back here and accidentally, instead of naturally falling on the AF on button, it hits the I button on its way to the AE AF lock. So I need to get used to that. Also, I mean, there were a few people over the week, thank you very much for everyone who sends us links to things.
Thank you.
A few people over the week have sent me videos about the ISO fix, as they call it, and how some YouTubers say it's not an issue, and some YouTubers say this is the way around
Can I do a rant on that? I have a rant on that.
When do I ever stop you from ranting about anything?
All right, people who say you should set your auto ISO between 100 and 400, and if you need to go higher, set it on manual and go 500, 600, you'll override. It doesn't solve the problem.
It defeats the point in having auto
ISO. Exactly.
It really does.
What actually I found interesting, there's discussions on forums, obviously there's always discussion, but someone came up with a point saying Nikon should have another custom setting menu and call it ISO dial behavior. Setting 1, how it behaves right now. Setting 2, automatically turn off auto ISO when the ISO dial is turned on.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as it moves from C to something else, auto ISO is automatically turned off, and then it's set to whatever ISO is on the dial. I think that would be an amazing solution. Again, it's not a hardware fix, it's a software fix. So
Big picture.
therefore, we have loud seagulls over
We
here.
do have very loud
They're
seagulls.
Sony fanboys, let's be honest. The global shots and stuff, they just shouting global shots all the time. But I think that would be a nice software fix for the issue. Again, we hopefully, what we try and say is hopefully our platform allows us to pass that information to the higher ups at Nikon, and hopefully maybe we'll see a software fix. I mean, it would be cool. It's not like I'm not going to use the camera. This is my camera. I paid for it, so so I'm going to use it regardless they're going to fix it or not. But it would be cool if the solution is found, because as a lot of people pointed out, people who will switch to Nikon ZF are not only Nikon users.
That's right.
They will come from other systems like Fujifilm and Leica, and they used to have those things differently. So it could be a deal breaker for them, and obviously we want to have as many people into Nikon system as possible. Rant over.
Good. Well done. Do you feel like you got it out of your system?
I think so. I think a live stream is a good kind of platform for us to rant about things, not release just rant videos.
On the subject of manual, because Mike said, geez, imagine if some of these people's cameras didn't autofocus and they'd have to go manual.
I know.
So we actually spent time yesterday using all of the Fuchlander
Yeah.
lenses on the native Z full frame lenses on the ZF, and I have to say this camera is built for manual focus lenses. It's so beautiful to actually put them on. Not only do the images just come out so delicious, but also the eye tracking and the recognition, and the fact that you kind of, when you want to slow down the process and you've got a lens like that on there and you want that characterful look, they're so nice. So yeah,
honestly,
highly recommend.
Honestly, I've never seen, I thought focusing with 50F1 would be difficult. Yes, it is when you're on Z6.
Yeah.
When you're on a ZF, it's incredibly fast. At F1,
Yeah.
amazing.
It is.
I'm convinced. I'm a believer in manual focus lenses, but also I'm now considering either 50F1 or 41.2.
I know. Well, so I got the 40, so I don't want to go for the 40
the Nikon
F2,
one.
the Nikon one.
Yeah.
And my tough decision making, but I don't have the money for the 50F1 right now.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of
let's be
money,
honest,
but one day it would be a lens that I would use for sure, because I really do love it. It's chunky on this though. It's a chunky boy. It's like really heavy.
I just forgot how good the rendering was on this lens. Remember I took a picture yesterday and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You just see it.
Jaw fell to the floor.
Yeah.
Turned around, jaw was on the
Literally.
floor.
Still there, if you notice, but it's ridiculous how good this lens is. And 41.2 gets there really, really close, but 50F1 does have a bit of magic to it, whatever they do there.
Yeah, it does for sure. Silly question: is it good? Is the ZF good for street photography? That's literally what we've been trying to do today.
It's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
It is good.
It's all right. It's good. Well, again, spoiler alert: autofocus is really fast.
Yeah.
Again, my street photography is always with 28 manual, and it's hyperfocal distance focusing, which means I set it to 500 at f8.
See, I did it again. I hit the I button instead of the AF button every time.
Here you go.
That's my rant.
Here you go. So so I shoot manually. The ZF is the first camera that I use autofocus, and I can tell you that I normally would shoot with single focusing point, focus and recompose. I'm that kind of person. I spent about a week learning using full area with the face recognition on this camera on 28mm, and I can tell you that it's really, really good. And remember about 2 years ago we said I just can't trust the system?
Yeah.
When we talked about Z6 and 7 cameras, I wasn't sure if I can trust full autofocus on this camera, how fast it's going to be. Z9, Z8 and finally ZF are the first cameras where I can rely on Nikon Z mirrorless system in terms of focusing 100%. This is how good it is. I'm really pleased with it. As I say, Becky was surprised that I was using full area with face recognition.
I was like, really?
Yeah, because you use what, small area? Yeah, so
So I used the wide small.
so that would be equivalent of something like G9 or G21 setting on all
probably-
DSLRs.
Yeah, it's probably closer to 21 because of the amount of, actually it's probably closer to 50 with the amount of focus points, but
Yeah.
just the size of the area.
Yeah.
But I think that is the smallest AF area that you can get with eye face detection.
Yeah.
So that's what I go for. Because then what I can do is I can set it onto, all subject detection in that small area. But if I want to move the area left, right, etc., it still figures out what subject I want to focus on. Will the manual focusing feature come to the Z8, Z9?
I hope
the
it
eye
will.
recognition. I hope so.
I hope so, yeah.
I need to move because it's so
Yeah,
cold.
it's really cold. So shall we go on the pier? It should be even colder in there.
I don't want to go on the pier, it's so cold. There's a problem with fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
Great for taking pictures, not so great for being warm.
That's right. There's a problem with no gloves at all, because I don't have any.
No, you don't.
I can't feel my fingers, but it's fine.
Dave says, did you ever use autofocus on your D850?
850 for me was a professional camera, so all studio work, portraiture was all done with focus lenses.
I'm sure internet's going to get worse the further out to
on the
river we
water,
get.
you think?
Yeah,
we can try.
it's getting a bit choppy.
Yeah. The thing about this is, again, they're fun cameras and they're professional cameras. And the professional cameras you would use for professional work. This is very important, and when we advocate for manual focus lenses, it doesn't mean that if I'm shooting events, I would use manual focus lenses.
No.
It's as simple as that. So when we talk, like, this is a fun camera. For me, this is a fun camera. Commercial work, events, I would shoot on Z8. It's as simple as that. So a couple of events coming up in December, I will use Z8 for that.
Yes.
You know, very, very simple thing. So use right tools for the right jobs. That's the thing.
That's
and
right.
sometimes photography is not a job, it's a fun thing to have. And that's what we're trying to rekindle with manual focus lenses, with vintage lenses. This fun of process of taking pictures and just creating images.
That's right. It's a creativity as opposed to necessarily functional for professional work. Obviously, if you're a working professional, you're going to use the tools that are going to get you the shots hands down without fail.
There's place for all. For manual focus lenses,
Photography
for
is
autofocus,
fun.
and for everyone.
That's it.
You know, you can shoot film, you can shoot digital. Honestly, you know, that's the thing. If you bring a large format camera now and say, I'm going to do street photography, well, you know, the world is your oyster.
That's right.
Because it matters to you, and that's the most important thing. You know.
So there's people taking a shot on an iPhone and we're completely photobombing their shot right now.
That's fine.
But we're very far away and it's an iPhone, so we'll probably be a speck in the distance.
Exactly, and they're also smart now. They can just press on us and we'll disappear with the power of AI.
That's
you
right,
know,
we'll
so-
just vanish.
Exactly.
We need heated coats and gloves and socks. For the occasions that we decide to stand outside for hours on end, yes, we do. It's very true.
I'm going to warm this hand now.
Being
so
out on
just-
the river
Yeah.
it is very, very cold indeed.
Well, we want to show you a bit of London, right? So
As
we don't want
well.
to show in like in front of a building or something. So we
That's
just
right.
want to kind of you to see.
What's that boat?
It's a boat.
Cool.
Yeah, and
Do you want,
What,
would
the
you like
white
to
one?
see some boats?
you want to see some boats?
Why don't you go?
So there are
Wait,
people on the
boats?
beach. There are people on the beach.
There are people on the beach. Did
yeah,
they climb
so just,
over the...
if someone wants to go on the beach in London, right behind us. Don't need to go to Brighton. You know.
It's a bit nippy. Don't do sunbathing out there. I do not recommend.
Exactly.
Although in the summer people do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
they do.
That's true.
They wanna-
Everyone is out. Everything is out. You know, whatever needs to be.
There's no mudlarkers down there today.
Exactly.
Just dog walkers and tourists. But yes, sometimes we get mudlarkers. For those that don't know who mudlarkers are, these are people that comb the river banks for exciting things. You can find everything from like Victorian or pre-Victorian clay pipes to Roman coins to bits of pottery.
Yeah.
The river dredges up all kinds of interesting things.
That's right. Yeah, you can see a fish with legs, you know, and toes, all sorts of things.
Don't know about
you
that.
know. So, but yeah, it's nice to be tourists sometime in London, isn't it? Because we are commuters. You know, so we come to London, we do our thing, we come back home. You know, so sometimes it's just nice to walk around Thames River. You know, just like, oh wow, I forgot how beautiful it is. You know, so look, you know.
Yeah, being from London, you do take it for granted.
Exactly.
Seth said, is it going to be super cold when I get there?
Yeah, gonna be chilly, but maybe it's like, I don't know. New York is getting quite cold as well, I believe. So you know.
I wouldn't have thought it would be colder than New York.
It's humid though in New York, so that's the thing. So probably will be about the same, but yeah, just
Wrap
warm
up warm,
clothes,
Seth.
absolutely.
And then we'll get a heat wave in December because that's, either that or we'll get snow. It'll be one or the other.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're
Bring your
never quite
snowboard, or waterboard. I don't know. So
At the moment, it's cloudy and grey. Oh, this is a nice shot in black and white. So the thing that I like about the ZF is the fact that if you have your black and white set on this little switch here, then you choose which type of black and white you like, whether it's standard monochrome, flat monochrome, or deep tone.
you got 3, yeah.
You got 3 options, and the camera remembers when you switch it from another mode onto black and white. You're going to give it a go? Okay.
Yeah.
And it remembers which black and white mode is your preference. So that's handy if you only want to shoot in deep tone monochrome. Seth's not a summer person, so I think it'll be okay.
No, you don't.
You'll be fine in London.
You don't go to Coney Island or Brighton Beach for some, swim.
Well, I think it will be more autumny or autumnal. He said fall weather for life. So I think it will be more autumnal when you come here, even more so than it is right now. Because we don't have the gorgeous light, you can't quite tell, but the trees are changing colours.
Yeah, when it's nice golden light, and the sun is out, it just looks amazing.
That's right. Someone asked if we get, oh gosh, I've lost it now. Someone asked if we get much snow around Christmas. Not really.
No, we get snow maybe 2 or 3 times a year, on not specific days.
And it's not usually a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is, but it can be December, it can be April. It varies massively.
And the whole country stops because no one knows what to do with it, even if it happens every year. People don't come to work.
Never prepared.
Exactly.
Looks like a boat traffic jam. Yeah, those boats aren't going anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you think they charge congestion charge on boats?
I don't think
Just
so.
kidding.
You, Les.
I'm sure there's a parking fee, so we call mooring or something, isn't
There
it?
probably
Yeah.
is. Oh, golly. Okay, heard talk of White Christmas here. Is that here? Really? Exciting.
Are they defreezing Mariah Carey now?
They're
What do you
defrosting
think?
her.
Yeah,
She's
they
already
defrost
out
it?
of the
Yeah,
frost.
Yeah, okay.
I've already heard a bunch of Christmas
Yeah,
ads.
okay.
We will next week. Yes, next week
Yeah.
we're going to do pre-Christmas deal
Yes.
business.
The business.
Or maybe it's the week after because that's
no,
Black Friday.
Oh, you mean the Black Friday thing?
Yeah, the Black Friday thing, exactly.
Yeah. We are planning to do another walk, if things line up, to do a Christmas walk in December. So
If my fingers have thawed out by then, that's what we'll do.
exactly, we'll see how it goes by the end of it today. So but
That's right.
definitely a nice warm tea would be amazing right now.
I think it would. Per Michele said, I've used the ZF as a secondary camera for sports. The autofocus is far better than the Z6. That, being Z6 users, I think that's what we've noticed the most is the autofocus,
Yeah.
right? Like we have both come to appreciate that although the Z6 is perfectly adequate for so many different types of photography, it's not perfect, and the ZF doesn't seem to miss, which is great.
Yeah.
So really, really appreciating the faster autofocus. I think, do you want me to take that for a bit?
Well, no, I'm just thinking where can we go?
My hands are so cold.
Do you want to go over there?
It's pretty hot in Brazil, apparently.
Oh, that's nice.
According to Racing Team BR.
That's nice. We have one of our colleagues in Brazil right now.
That's right. He's probably not watching the live stream, to be fair. But if you are, hi Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Roy said that the ZF autofocus seems to be almost good as the Z8 and Z9. And I would say it's not the same, but it has the same processor.
Yeah.
And it has some of the same modes.
Yeah.
It doesn't have all the modes that the Z8 and Z9 have.
Yeah, but it's very close. Yeah, I would say maybe it does 90% of what Z8 and Z9 does in terms of focusing speed. But again, it's very difficult to put a number on it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Crikey. You know when your camera is made of metal is when it gets very cold while you're holding it. Because it gets colder as the wind blows. And then Roy said what's that? I mean, they sell fish and chips.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to see if you can get somewhere where it's not as windy and the view is good.
I'd quite like to take a picture of whatever this little thing is over there.
Well, you've got 40 mil, so you can get a little bit closer than me with 28.
They do churros.
So the churros. It's all about churros nowadays, isn't it?
It is. It's like the new
I mean, in Spain you had them for years, but you know, in England apparently churros is a new burger or
Well,
something.
I would say in the last 10 years or so,
Yeah.
I think that we've succeeded. Sorry, I'm just checking the signal here. Yeah, we're doing okay signal-wise. Doing okay.
Well, let's go into the trees.
Is that going to help us?
Well, I hope it's going to be less wind. That's
Okay.
my thought. You know.
All right, you carry on.
Uh,
Don't stand in my shot. Stand in my
I mean,
shot.
churros for £7.
That's a lot of money for
That's
churros.
a lot of that. Yeah, that's a lot of pounds.
It's a lot of pounds for churros.
So here's Becky in the wild, doing some photography.
I'm
No
not.
pressure, Becky. Don't drop the camera. I can see your hand is shaking.
Because I'm so cold.
Use the viewfinder.
I'm going to try one in black and white. Cute. Woof. Gosh, when that wind blows, that's a bit brisk.
Yeah. So how was your experience of
Maybe they have
using
vegan
Nikon
churros.
ZF? Now since you've taken one shot with it, tell us, give us a review.
10 out of 10.
Yes.
No, I think it's going to be nice walking back because if the light goes down and all the little fairy lights come up, it will look quite nice.
That's
Now,
right.
you've put a special little filter on yours, haven't you?
Yeah, I've just recently got a what's called glimmer glass.
Glim glass.
Glimmer glass.
Mike heard our shutter over 2,000 miles. He said, damn, I heard your shutter over 2,000 miles away.
I didn't know you were taking pictures with Pentax 6.7.
It's straight into the microphone,
Yeah.
that's why.
Ah.
A little bit of shutter ASMR for you.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Well, there's definitely less wind here now.
Yeah,
So,
that's helpful.
Would you like to
Sit down.
sit down?
I would
Yeah.
like
Shall we
I'd
try
like to be
here?
able to fit. There's a man with a leaf blower coming. He's like.
We should take a picture and call it the man with the leaf blower. All right, here we go.
Destined to-
Here we go. All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. That's a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay, so Solus wants to know, do we use any other picture control profiles from the Nikon PC website? And if so, which one?
Still need to get to that. So we had a video on picture profiles a couple of years ago. You can do the same on Nikon ZF. The good thing is now NX Studio has it built in, the picture profile, so you don't need to install a different software. But yeah, I'm planning to put quite a few profiles on my camera, that's for sure.
I think we'll do a video on it.
Yeah.
We did
definitely.
film a video on pixel shift.
Yes, so that's
Which-
in the works.
Is in the works. We're obviously working on one on street photography. Just a general overview. You will
Yeah.
get plenty of ZF content over the next.
Since we
few
bought
months.
it, so that's all we're gonna do now, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, until next Nikon release,
Yeah.
you know, and we're still waiting for some lenses to come in.
that's right. There are
Yeah.
lenses that we are due to review that we haven't been able to get hands on. One of them is the 135.
That's right, 135, 600 mil. We
Yeah.
may get the new Tamron 150-500 very soon.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. So we may try that.
The first ones have already shipped, but
Yeah.
so if you pre-ordered one, then you should have received it. I think we didn't get a huge batch the first time round, so there may still be a couple of people waiting, but it has already officially shipped. The 150 to 600 demo is supposed to be with us hopefully this coming week, so fingers crossed we'll be able to film with it. Oh,
Fingers crossed my phone is going to survive this live stream. So I'm thinking, like, shall we go somewhere else? Because there's like two people coming in. I just feel like someone's just going to grab this phone and just going to run while live
Run away
streaming.
with
So
these dodgy people. Where do you want to go?
let's go here. There's less people. So, but we were also offered a lens that hasn't been released yet. That's going to be out sometime in December from a brand we haven't tried before, but it's a good brand. But we're not going to do it just because we don't have time right now. So, but hopefully we'll work with them on the next product release soon. So, not going to spoil it for you. You'll find out when you find out.
I can't remember who it is, but that's fine.
It's
you
all
can
right.
tell
I
me
dealt
after.
with it. Yeah. So, anyway, just because Christmas, Black Friday.
Yeah, lots to get done over the next few weeks, and obviously I'm not here for like a month, so it's going to be challenging to film review videos. Oh, we went all pixelated again. Steve wants to know what the situation is with the ZF. It's a bit slow,
But it's coming in.
they are coming in.
Didn't they tell mid-November more coming?
More coming mid-November, hopefully, and then fingers crossed that will be a decent amount. I hope if you've pre-ordered now, if you've already pre-ordered, that you should get yours before Christmas. I don't think we'll have free stock before Christmas. So if you're thinking of waiting, then better to get your order in early. And the reason, blooming leaf blower, man. And the reason for that is because when you order a camera from your dealer or pre-order it, you're just gonna, there he is.
The mic is still working.
I know. There you go. Picking it all up.
We love you, the man with the leaf blower.
He didn't know we were live streaming.
Right.
So when you pre-order your camera from your dealer, the dealer then puts in an order to basically fulfill all the orders that they have with Nikon. So if you haven't put your order in and there's only XYZ number left for stock, there can be a situation of disappointment. So anyway, Figgy says, I wish I'd waited for the ZF instead of going for the Z9, but it's such a different camera.
Very different camera.
So different.
Very different camera. He's back. The man with the leaf blower strikes back. Toot, 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 toot. Dun, 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 dun.
Hard at work as a leaf blower.
All right, we're going to wait for the part 3 at some point.
Well, there's so many leaves.
So many leaves, and they'll flying around.
Should we move?
Shall we follow him? He looks like the guy from the Ghostbusters.
He does a bit with the backpack on.
Yeah.
Is this a Monty Python sketch? Might as well be. Thank
we
you.
got a good
Thank you
Monty
for being
Python.
here.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us on this strange little live stream that we're doing today.
You know, all our outings, during the live stream, they all go wrong. Let's just be honest. It's a part of the charm of this channel.
Yeah.
Those 5 people who watch it, because most of them just drop off after seeing the first 5 minutes.
That's right. We do have to say thank you for 22k subscribers, though.
Yes, definitely. We hit it last week, and thank you so much. We appreciate it.
We really, really do.
Yeah.
Onwards and upwards for that. Let's hope that we can keep it going. Jay said, leaf blower man needs instructions on how to use a leaf blower. He's blowing the leaves. He just cleared them.
I think you should join the team. Be a third pundit.
I mean, honestly, if you look at the amount of leaves, I don't think it's actually helping anyone.
I don't think he's winning. That's the thing.
If it's him against the leaves are 1 up. It's 1-0 to the leaves.
That's right.
Okay, so apart from the discussions on the leaf blower,
I want to know what spec this leaf blower has. How many watts and what the engine is. How many leaves per second can it blow?
That's a good question.
All very important questions.
Is there a leaf blower with a global shutter available?
Does the leaf blower works in raw? Or just regular air?
So, anyway, I would say, all right, Frank said, I currently shoot with my Z6 II and Z50, upgrading to a Z8 and ZF after the holidays. So, that's an interesting thing. So, instead of having a DX camera alongside a 24 megapixel camera, it will go 45 megapixel camera and 24 megapixel camera. And I think that's quite a nice, matchy-matchy set.
Matchy-matchy, yeah. I mean, another thing is obviously we kind of know that the Z6 Mark III will appear at some point next year. It's just question is when, obviously. But we know it's going to come in. So again, if you've got Z6 camera, if you like the way it feels and looks, then, maybe it's worth waiting for that. But obviously this has got its own charm. And I think, as you say, like if you're going to go for Z8, you're going to have that modern camera for that type of work. And then you'll get one of those retro styled ones for fun,
That's right. Gosh, we're very pixelated now.
We are?
Yeah, maybe we should move back. Where were we before that was good?
Okay.
I'm going to run away from the leaf blower man.
If you look, the man with the leaf blower is right behind us.
They can't see because it's too pixelated.
I'm going to keep him in the frame.
This is Kon basically trolling the leaf blower, just so you know. Carl wants to know if we have any updates on the Z8 firmware.
Well, no.
No is the short answer. But we hope that there will be one. I mean, we did one not that long ago.
Yes. Somewhere I've heard that the firmware is scheduled for January.
Right.
But it came from someone randomly.
Yeah. Wasn't necessarily a reliable source.
Yes.
What I would like is it's clearing up the closer we get to the cold part. Obviously the cold helps the signal somehow. I mean, this is quite a beautiful. Stop there for a second.
Yeah.
I've not got a wide enough lens for this. I need
Okay,
to go
you
walk
want
backwards.
to use mine?
Backwards? No.
No, okay.
Keep going.
That's how you use 40mm. When it's not too wide, you just walk back. You physically zoom out by moving away from the subject.
Correct.
Again, here's Becky in a while taking the picture.
I know. I should be using the viewfinder, but I'm like, I just can't right now. Sorry.
All the critique is appreciated right now. Becky wants to know.
I want to know exactly.
Yeah. What she's doing wrong. Tell us now.
I'm going to do 2 different types of shot.
Yeah, you're bracketing. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm, well...
How
no,
often
not
do you
really.
break it? Never.
Never really. Well, no, that's not true. I bracket if I'm not sure if one exposure is going to be okay, then I will underexpose or overexpose depending on what the lighting is doing. But it's not, I'm not consciously bracketing. You need hand warmers. We do.
Yes, please.
All right, signal is getting a bit patchy.
I need Tilly around me. She's so warm.
She is.
Yeah.
She's a warm dog. A few people have said early next year for Z8 firmware updates.
That's what I've heard somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, from somewhere. So January, it sounds like that's where it's at.
That's right.
And hopefully ZF firmware as well with the ISO thing. You know.
I would like that.
Yeah.
I would like that, and I would also like, does anyone else, we're going to ask you the question here, does anyone else have issue with the fact that sometimes the vertical screen changes when you don't want it to change? Changes orientation.
Yeah, the interface.
Particularly annoying in playback. Not such a problem in shooting, but in playback I find it immensely frustrating. Because you're trying to show someone a picture on the full screen, and you go like that, and then it rotates it. And we don't want that.
And then if you swipe, then you have to swipe differently. I hope there's a setting in the menu. I just didn't spend much time with it, so I might need to just spend half an hour.
I spent
just
some
going
time in the
through that.
menu and couldn't find it. I asked Rishi, and he said he didn't think it was an option.
Well, that's weird as well.
Solus says you can deactivate that. Tell me where.
Tell me where. Here's the technical
You teach
helpline.
us.
Exactly.
Because I have looked, unless it's specifically in some cameras and not in others, because I could not find it. I looked through the Z8, I couldn't find a menu function. I Googled it, but it's probably got a name that I don't know.
I'm sure it's there. I just never bothered to look, and it annoys me, but I continue to ignore this.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, tell us where, and
said,
you will be
"Wait a
hired
minute."
on the spot.
Jay said, yes, it's a problem in playback. I've accepted it and stopped whining about it. Jay, Solus has a solution for us.
Exactly.
We may yet be able to turn it off. I would be very happy if
Did
we
you see this
could.
video about ZF ISO where it says ZF has a problem, ISO problem, and then the person spends about 10 minutes saying that it's not
not
the
a problem.
it's the way it's supposed to be.
Frank, it's not rotate tool, because that's a
That's for
different
the
thing.
image. That's for the image, not for the interface itself.
So yes, you can rotate tool in playback, and we don't want that. We don't want it to rotate at all. But even when that's off, it still rotates if you flip the camera around like this.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought you can only deactivate it for both shooting and playback together. I'd take it, Graham. If it can do it, I'll take it. I don't mind. Yes, on playback it is more annoying, but I am talking about, okay, case in point, here is my portrait orientation picture, all right? And I have got the, it's timed out. And if I were to have it on rotate tool, then that would not fill the screen.
Can you see the info at the bottom?
At the
It's
bottom.
changing, it goes horizontal.
Now, sometimes we don't want that. For example, let's find a if I go like this, oh, it doesn't do it on this one. Oh, it does. It still rotates the information. So
And we don't want that.
we don't want it. We want it to not do that. Maybe we're asking too much.
Or maybe there's, I personally think there's a way, we just haven't looked into it yet.
I think so too.
You know.
I think there is possibly a way. I have to say, I do like, today is the perfect day for black and white, and everything looks good in black and white.
Yeah, today is a perfect day to sit at home, really.
It is.
With a nice warm cup of tea.
With a cup of tea and a plate of biscuits.
That would
Use
be
your
nice.
FM3A, David said. That
Here
would
you
solve
go.
the problem.
Here you go. That's it. That's why I should film. This is the reason, you know.
Much less
Never
complicated.
go shoot digital again. No.
Oh
Absolutely not.
dear. Yeah, exactly. We can barely see the camera, Roy says. Okay, fair enough. So you couldn't see what I was demonstrating to you because you couldn't really see the camera.
The answer is Roy doesn't know, but he says that he can't see the camera. That's the reason.
Ah!
You see?
Yes, sorry. David Liu, which is Dixon, said,
Auntie.
thank you very much for your contribution to the coffee fund.
Thank you very much, David.
Maybe buy a leaf blower guy a coffee so he'll go away until after the stream.
Or maybe if you buy him a second leaf blower, then you will cancel the first one out.
Possibly.
You know.
But yeah, sorry. not catching up with the super chats today because my fingers are so cold that I can't swipe through here. Carl said Z8 has the same issue with unwanted rotate. Yes, it does. It's true. We've noticed that as well, haven't we?
True.
Are we moving?
Well, yeah, I'm just changing the view.
Changing the angle.
Yeah.
Mike says, Carl, I know the Z8 has a control for this. Have to get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to spend a bit more time. Look, that's
Oh,
great.
wonderful. Are you promoting any shampoo?
I
or
am.
anything?
L'Oreal. See, that's a Fuji user, right? Over there.
Oh yeah. Oh, come on, let's just. There you go.
Got the street shot. It's gone now.
There you go.
It's gone. But yeah, had
There
the
you go.
shot.
Street
Couple of
photographer.
street
there you go.
photographers there.
There you go. Go.
It's Debbie and Colin.
It's Debbie and Colin. Yeah.
Didn't the first cameras, when you take off the lens cap,
Yeah.
to make the exposure
By the way,
first-
from New Year, we'll start a new show called Debbie and Colin Show. So yeah, it's a new
Somewhere.
show with two new presenters, Debbie and Colin.
That's
you know,
right.
so yeah.
We're just playing on the fact that we've been called all kinds of names. I don't know what's going on with the wind in my hair here.
I was told, thank you, Colin. I love your shows. Thanks so
Colin.
much, Colin. No
Colin.
problem. I'll let Colin know. Yeah.
Colin is a great co-host, I must say.
That's right, Debbie as well. I mean, she's great. You know, much better than you, Becky.
Thank
You know,
you.
let's be honest.
Perfectly sharp at this angle. What is it about the signal?
I'll
right
just stay here. I think I'm channeling this 5G energy.
Yeah, it must be
It
over there.
It just go
somewhere.
through me.
It
you
is.
know?
It is 5G right in this spot.
Here we go. That's the spot. So if you're in London, come to this spot.
Right here, and then
exactly.
you can live stream.
Exactly. You know, amazing place.
Excellent. Okay, good. Sorry, I'm just biscuit.
Yeah. More questions?
No more questions. Solus
Good.
hasn't gotten back to us on the
All right.
subject of how to fix the thing, but your battery's going to die before the
We've
live
got
stream finishes.
10% left on the camera.
And
so
we've got a couple of minutes left.
you got a couple of
Any
minutes.
other
okay.
questions about the ZF? Throw them at us before we go. Otherwise, we'll
Yeah.
just recommend, if you're not a subscriber to Nikon Owner magazine, please do so. We will put a link in the description box later because we can't do that while we're out and about. But the exhibit is on until tomorrow. It's free. It's called the London Photo Show. You know, stalking other photographers.
There's a Canon shooter right here.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
can you talk David Attenborough?
it's very.
Uh,
And here we have the intrepid photographer. Do we have photographer gloves? No, we don't. How will okay, I'm going to answer that question in a second. Anyway, so come down to the Oxo Tower. It's free to get in. You've got the Nikon Owner. It's like
Yeah.
4 floors of photography. So definitely Becky and Don. There you go. It's your
Becky
new-
and Don.
If not Colin, then it's
Ooh,
got to be
Don.
Don. I like that.
Sounds like Italian mafia, you know, and Don, you know.
So do come down. The Nikon London group Nikon Owner London group is very, very active. So if you'd like to subscribe to the magazine, you can join whatever group
Yeah.
you like. You don't have to be from London, but you would want to be here for things. They do photo walks. They do all kinds of things in the
Yeah,
London group. It's
This is
very
the
busy.
critiques, as far as I remember. Yeah. So
Mhm,
the,
exactly.
I mean, sometimes it's good because if you like photography and you feel like, well, no one else around me is doing photography and it's just people on the internet, then yeah, if you find your local photography club. They are everywhere, not just in London. You know, so it's always good to meet people.
Auto rotate info display.
Wow,
Thank you, Rafa.
Rafa,
Saved my life.
you're the GOAT.
Literally.
The greatest of all time.
Just so you know
It's-
that
yeah,
it's a complimentary thing.
exactly. It's amazing. Thanks for doing
Thank
that.
you so much.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And also Solus, thank you, said it's in the playback
Yeah.
menu. That's
Yeah.
also
Now we're going to make a video about it and pretend that we came up with this solution.
we
you
will
know?
thank you, Rafa, in the video for
Obviously,
that. That's
obviously.
absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely.
Yes, so do come down to the Oxo Tower if you can to answer the one final question on the grip from David. Oh, my head is so cold. The Nikon grip differs from the small rig grip because it is the leatherette of the camera rather than this is rubber.
Yeah.
If you can see, it's hard to tell on the camera, but this is actually like a rubber style grip, whereas you can see it on the camera without the grip. It's much smoother. So the Nikon one will have the matching leatherette, as they call it.
Yeah, you're talking about the Nikon grip, the one for Japan only.
That's right.
It's also smaller.
Yeah.
The area that you grip on is much smaller.
There
So
you go.
yeah, keep this in mind.
Amazing. Right, we're going to call it quits, folks, because
Yeah.
I cannot feel my fingers anymore. All your wonderful super chats. I'm sorry I didn't catch them all early enough. We will see you next week for more
Yeah.
videos and fun
Yeah, from a warm place.
from a warm place.
Yeah.
We're going to stay inside for a few more weeks.
All
It's
right,
a good
guys.
idea.
Absolutely. See
Take
you next
care
time.
and all the very best. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.